What is going on, everyone? Happy Friday. Today is December 22. I hope all of you are having a wonderful day. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, and welcome to the channel. If you are brand new, smash that like button, subscribe, and comment down below what are your thoughts about what we're going to be talking about today. I completely forgot I had a freaking soundboard. I bought this soundboard a few months ago, probably back in like November or probably earlier, and I've been having this soundboard that I haven't been using, right? So I definitely will start playing around with it. So you're gonna go ahead and start seeing that. You're gonna be like, what the heck is going on, John? So it has been some changes. What is going on, Ryan? Hope you're having a good one, bro. Welcome. So yeah, we're gonna be playing around with this little soundboard right here that I have, that I've literally had for a few months now. As I mentioned, over like at least 3 months, and I've barely used it. Like, I use them a lot on my pre-recorded videos. I use my soundboard a lot, but I don't use my soundboard too much when we go live. You know, I don't know why I haven't done that. That's literally the reason why I got a soundboard. It's so we could go ahead and use it when we go live. But welcome everybody. Let me go ahead and put my live stream out on my phone so it can be easier for me to go ahead and read comments. And welcome everybody. See who we have right now online. We have Ryan. How's it going, Ryan? Hope you're having a good one. Dab Master, hope you're having a good one, bro. I have to get rid of freaking Nightbot, bro. That thing's been kind of annoying. Dwayne, how's it going, man? Welcome. Goldie Crypto, welcome everybody. Welcome. Hope all of you are having a good day. Happy holidays, by the way. Holiday season's coming, or we actually are in holiday season. I don't know what I mean. But I believe it's this weekend, right? I'm not too sure, honestly. But we're going to go ahead and talk about today, should you be buying Solana? Well, obviously, I'm not a financial advisor, so you already know the answers to that. Always do your own decision. But I do think Solana will probably be, you know, something you should go ahead and consider into your portfolio. Would I consider you going all in right now? You know, friend of friend? No. You know, you want to be jumping into these projects and asking yourself these kind of questions when there's no hype behind it, right? I do believe Solana is going to go up higher. I think Solana is going to go ahead and reach as high as like $500 and above. And that's due to the fact that, you know, I really do believe that there will be some sort of ETF coming for Solana as well, right? It's just a matter of when Bitcoin gets his first, then it's going to go ahead and follow through with all these other altcoins, and all these other cryptocurrencies are going to follow through with some sort of ETF as well, right? But see, you didn't want to be buying Solana. You wanted to be buying Solana around these levels right here. I was actually talking about Solana back at around the levels. I think it was around here that I was talking about Solana, around June or July. And I told a lot of you, you can even go back to my, you know, I literally titled it like top 5 altcoins for the bull run or something like that. It's a video with like, I think only 20 views. So I'm assuming not a lot of people actually watched it, but for those people that actually watched it, I was calling, and sometimes in the live stream, I was telling a lot of you that Solana will and was going to be pumping like crazy once we saw some bullish momentum, because there's a lot of institutional money behind this, right? A lot of people are asking themselves, why is Solana pumping? Why is Solana doing this? What's up with the hype with Solana? Well, really, it's just institutional money. That's really the reason why. My analysis is that, you know, ever since the whole entire thing with FTX, if you've noticed, once they started settling with the FTX money and they started releasing their funds with Solana, you actually started to see a massive movement to an upside. So is that a coincidence that, you know, FTX has their Solana available, and now they're dumping it in the market every day? Obviously, their goal is to go ahead and push it to as high as they can in order for them to cash out at the highest, right? That's the whole entire goal for them. So with that being said, should you go ahead and go all in if you're considering to go all in right now at Solana? Well, I'm gonna be honest, no. Like, you know what I mean? You should have had the mentality of going all in right here when nobody really cared about it, when it was around the $20 mark, around $12 mark. That's when you should have considered going all in. Going all in right now would be probably either the smartest thing you could do or probably the dumbest thing you could do, right? Because I do feel like we will be reaching some sort of top. But even if we do zoom out, you know, there is really no top reached until we saw Solana reach $180, right? So my prediction is that I think Solana could go as high as 120, even 150 before we see some sort of top, right? And that actually correlates with everything in the market as well. You actually go ahead and backtrack what's going on with the DXY, Bitcoin, and the stock market, it kind of makes sense why that should be some sort of correction phase, right? Doesn't mean it has to happen, chat. I want to go ahead and repeat myself on that. Not because we are due for a correction, it doesn't mean we have to get a correction, right? And that's what a lot of people typically get wrong and continue to get wrong, is that once the hype train starts taking off, a lot of people are just waiting for the bottom to come in, and it's either going to be you either wait for the bottom, or you just go ahead and stay in the sidelines, stack up your cash, and then just get ready to buy up the dips as soon as a bottom does come in or a top comes in, right? Because if we go back right now with the DXY, I did mention though there was a probability we were going to go ahead and have some sort of reversal, but it looks like we're not. Honestly, it looks like we're not, unless some last minute news, which we only have a few minutes left of the stock market, really just has a major reversal, could happen. But if not, we're going to be seeing the DXY fall back down to 99.57.3, which would cause Bitcoin and Solana to make new all-time highs, right? Meaning there could be a possibility if the DXY does reverse at the level, or doesn't reverse at the levels that we're at right now, and loses support, we're just going to go ahead and have Bitcoin break past 44,729 with no problem reaching its next target of 54,000, which I think if Bitcoin breaks 44,000, I think $48,000 will not be a problem breaking through. I think, yes, it is a psychological area, but I think the biggest problem is $54,000. That's really where we have a pretty strong area of resistance. Like I don't see a problem breaking through 48,000. Going above it, it's going to be a little bit more of a struggle, right? Because we've been in this phase for a while. So that means there's a higher probability we'll break through past $48,000 with no problem. But then getting to the $54,000, we could literally just break through and just literally just skyrocket and just pump. And a lot of the retail are going to think now Bitcoin, you're going to have a lot of these influencers calling for Bitcoin. And you're already seeing the videos calling for Bitcoin to 1 million, calling to Bitcoin for 200,000, right? And that's where a lot of the people that were not looking into crypto and we're making fun of, you and I, in crypto, are going to start buying right here at this top. Whether it's $54,000, $60,000 Bitcoin, I don't know where the top is. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know. This thing could literally skyrocket all the way up to $60,000, $80,000, and we might not see some sort of top, right? I know it's repetitive information, but this is something we need to go ahead and be aware of, right? Let's not go ahead and get too much into this moon phase that everybody's on right now, because I see every influencer and their mom be so freaking bullish about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, which to me screams a red flag, right? Because we are at territories that we are screaming for some sort of pullback, which, as I mentioned, doesn't mean it has to happen. Not because we need a pullback doesn't mean it has to happen, right? Realistically, Bitcoin could break past $44,000, skyrocket as high as $64,000. The only problem we get into, chat, and I'm going to start reading comments right now, right? The problem we get into, which I'm going to read comments right now and then get into the reason why we need a correction, right? You're probably like, John, dude, I'm tired of your shit, man. Like, I hear the correction, I understand it, but this is a reminder so we won't go ahead and get carried away, because there's a high probability we might just see the market rip. And as the market's ripping, the more people are going to quadruple down, they're going to double down, they might take out money out of their credit cards, they might start taking out loans out of their house, they might start taking out their emergency money and start going all in. I know for sure that's not going to be any of you, so I don't have to really worry about any of that, but you have to understand how human behavior works, right? And this is what we need to go ahead and start paying attention to. So welcome everybody. Thank you for tuning in right now. We're going to be using that soundboard a little bit more. Let me start reading comments right now. Dadmaster, hit the like button, fam. Yes. Cisco, how's it? Cisco, Goldie Crypto too late bought at $13. Well, that's pretty good. I mean, Goldie Crypto bought in at 13. That's pretty good. Dwayne, in your opinion, do you think Crazy Frog is a play that could make you some potential gains during the bull run? Yeah, Crazy Frog, man. Honestly, see, I love meme coins, but I just hate doing predictions on meme coins because you saw what happened with Pepe too, right? I think we should be exposed to meme coins. And when it comes to meme coins, we should have the mentality that it's like literally 100% a gamble, and then really start buying into more of the altcoins, right? Like right now I've been thinking about like what did I do right these last couple months, and what did I do wrong, right? And what do I continue to do wrong? And I threw in some money, a few scraps that I had, not that much money, probably like $100 at the most that I scrapped up from dust, probably even $80 into Solana projects. And dude, they're dumping, right? So it's just a reminder to know that a lot of the projects that we get into, and the projects that we do jump into, they're gambles, right? It's just a matter of when you're right. It's just, being there at the right time at the right moment. Yodo is at a 26 million market cap. I mean, congratulations. I know a lot of you called it out really, really early on. I think you guys called it out around over here. And I'm gonna be honest with you. This is unpredictable. You can't predict any of this. Like, if we all knew a lot of these projects were going to pump, 20,000%, I'm sure a lot of us will go ahead and figure out a way to come up with $100,000 and freaking bet all in on a lot of these projects, right? But the reality is we don't know, right? We could sit here, do technical analysis. We know how meme tokens technical analysis is out the door. It's all hyped. Obviously, a lot of manipulation and all other certain factors, right? So with that being said, it's like, that's why for Pepe 2, and I know a lot of you kind of didn't like that because I got a lot of feedback when you're like, hey, John, maybe you should pump more on, say, Ethereum. Talk about, say, Ethereum reaching $1. Talk about Pepe 2 reaching $1. And I was very close-minded to that approach because, yes, the channel would blow up and get more clicks and views, but also, as I mentioned, I will be deceiving a lot of people, right? And I don't want to go ahead and deceive people in a sense of an investment that hypes a lot of people up. I think we have already enough influencers that do that, and I definitely do not want to be that next influencer that hypes up every freaking project and calls every project that it's going to go to $1, right? Knowing damn well that it's probably not. Is there a possibility? 100%. Everything's possible here in crypto. See, with Pepe 2, I was a big bull, at these levels right here, and I was a huge bear around these levels right here, and I got a lot of criticism both ways, right? I made a lot of money on Pepe at this pump right there. I lost my money right there. I was very bearish right here. That's when I went ahead and sold my position for a break even, and then I started loading up on Pepe right here, and a lot of people were making fun of me because I was buying Pepe too, even though I rode the wave right here as well, right? So what I'm trying to say is that I will always have a neutral side to any project that we talk about, right? Whether I'm heavily invested or not, my goal is to provide you as much information as I can, both negative and the positive, but most importantly, give you an insight of what my opinion is, and then you use that information to your best ability, right? I don't want to go ahead and sit here and imagine if I would have, right? Imagine if I would have been that ambassador for Pepe 2, even though literally half my channel is only Pepe 2. But imagine if I would have been that influencer that was talking about Pepe 2 reaching, 1 billion market cap, and then we just had this whole entire version 2 contract being deployed, and people being very disappointed. I know a lot of you sold, your Pepe 2, cashed out. Can this thing reverse and hit 2 billion? Yes, but in reality, we're Pepe 2 is now going into a version 2 contract migration, which no one ever thought or considered it was going to happen. See, the problem is, if I would have been talking about 1 billion market cap on Pepe 2, yes, maybe my channel would have been blowing up a lot more. I would have had more of a Pepe 2.0 community supporting me. But see, the problem is that now that they're doing this version 2, I would have been completely wrong, and I could have wrecked a lot more people, right? I always kept my neutral side with Pepe 2, gave you the bullish and the bearish scenario, and this is a prime example of why I don't like, I don't mind shilling meme tokens. I don't mind talking about meme tokens. I love the meme tokens, but just know they're 100% a gamble. That's why I don't like to go ahead and have the long-term mentality of holding on forever and never cashing out, right? You have to take profits. I hope a lot of you did take profits when we were, mooning on Pepe 2. I made quite a bit. All my money was lost literally on Grok. It wasn't from Pepe. I lost a little bit of money on Pepe, but most of my money was lost because I jumped into the next shiny object that sounded really good, and I went all in, and it just so happened the contract got exploited and I got wrecked, right? And that is Grok. So with that being said, this is kind of the reason why we don't want to be following the herd all the time, right? Like, whatever's hot and trending, understand that there's going to be a time where eventually it's going to collapse. And it's the same thing with what we're seeing with Solana. It's the same thing we're seeing with the crypto market right now. I feel like we're seeing a lot of tokens literally pump out of thin air, like for no apparent reason, that are just mooning, you know. 23 million market cap, bro. Yodo, like that's freaking insane. Literally in what, 3 days? Something that Pepe 2.0 couldn't even keep up with. You know, we had this token too, Mom, that was at very high levels. See, this is very fun and cool, but this is how we know we're reaching some sort of top, right? When we start getting articles such as these, how a trader turned $42 of SOL to 1.55 million in 16 days with the Solana based meme coin. See, articles like this, these are the articles that start bringing in all the normies, right? The people that don't know about crypto, the people that have hope, the people that want to go ahead and make a change in their life and start dabbling into the meme tokens, right? Most people are probably going to get lucky, make some money. They're more than likely going to lose it all, though. That's typically how it goes in this space. Whether you're trading, whether you're investing, you get a chance to get lucky, you make a lot of money, and then you make one dumb mistake, whether you go all in one dumb project because you thought it was going to moon, and you lose it all, and you're back to square one. Kind of like where I'm at, right? I was heavily a believer in Pepe 2, made all my money on Pepe 2, saw the next shiny object, tried to, 10x my account there, going all in into a project that I had no idea what it was all about, just followed the hype. I got wrecked, and now I'm back to square one, right? So that also tells you that people such as myself that are aware sometimes do dumb mistakes like that, right? Mine was very, very dumb. Like looking back, it's like, dude, okay, now I know not to throw in this much money on meme tokens, right? There's a certain amount that I've noticed with meme tokens, especially for leverage trading, you shouldn't throw no more. No more than $8,000 is my opinion. A lot of you want to go ahead and buy the dips and load up and hope to have a success story such as turning $42 into 1.55 million, right? How do we really know how much money did this person lose? How do we not know if this person was an insider from a friend that knew exactly, when to go in, or maybe he just got lucky at the right time at the right moment. We don't know any of these stories. Maybe it took him to lose hundreds of thousands of dollars before he hit that one play that made it $1.55 million, right? Which is very, very possible. And this is the reason why we're in love with the meme tokens, right? Because we could have stories such as turning $42 into 1.55 million in 16 days, right? But in reality, most of those people that do gains like that mostly lose them all, right? They usually lose all their money. It's not typical for a lot of them to keep their money forever. And it's the same thing with a lot of the lottery, people that win their money. They usually end up, overdosing on some drugs, doing something dumb, and or end up losing all their money, right? Spending it on dumb stuff. And it's kind of the same thing that we have in this space right here, right? Everybody's happy when we're all making money, but when that moment starts crashing down, that's when people start losing their minds, like literally losing their minds. And you have to remember that we have to look at these red flags right now that we're looking at the market. Overall, as I mentioned, literally, we could have Solana hit $150 and above. I'm not saying nor denying that, right? That's a high probability. Whether you want to believe it or not, we've had a lot of people be extremely bearish in the markets. I'm super bearish. I'm not gonna lie. I'm bearish. But I'm only bearish because I understand what's going to happen to a lot of people. Like what a lot of people don't realize is whether Solana hits, which I'm sure it probably will hit, probably 120 to 150. What people don't realize is that, and this is what I want to talk to all of you about right now, right? Welcome everybody. I'll go ahead and start looking into the smart contracts right now that you all provided. Thank you, Happy. Thank you, Soul. Hi, Tillery. How's it going, Blue? And I'm going to go ahead and start talking a little bit more about these tokens, right? So take a look at Solana, right? A lot of you might ask me, hey John, what's your prediction on Solana? Well, my prediction on Solana is, I think Solana is going to be worth probably up in the thousands of dollars in the next coming years, right? I'm not talking about just this bull run. I'm not calling for $100,000 for Solana. I think Solana is going to be worth a lot though. And the reason why is because they have a lot of, political parties backing them. They have a lot of political power behind them. It's a pretty centralized freaking blockchain, bro. This is the reason why I don't like Solana, but it doesn't really matter because if it makes money, whatever, dude, I'm going to have to like it, right? and I think that's what everybody should kind of have the mentality. It's like whatever freaking the token's called, just buy it if it's gonna make you money, right? Like you shouldn't have this maxi mentality where you have to be a believer to just one token, like only believe in ETH. Like imagine the people that have been buying the dip on ETH and probably only have 1 or 2 ETH, and they could have been stocking up on Solana this whole entire time back over here with 5 grand, and they would have been up a lot of money right now, more than they would have with Ethereum, right? So that's kind of the mentality too, that we have these cult mentalities when it comes to crypto. But realistically, this is what I want to go ahead and warn all of you about. I think right now your best bet, which I never thought I would say, your best bet is probably gambling some money into freaking Solana meme tokens. That's your best bet. If you're asking, hey John, should I go ahead and expose myself to Solana, go all in right now, dude? If you're trading it, or you're trading meme tokens, I would say Solana meme tokens is your best bet right now. I would not freaking go in with a lot of money at Solana with these high levels until you see a retracement. As I mentioned, if we do see Solana break through these levels, which I don't see a problem doing that, the higher we go, the harder we're going to fall, right? So even if we were to approach this $143 level with a 30% retracement, we're looking at Solana going back to 99, which I don't think would be the case, right? If we do approach back to this 150 level, we could be seeing a dump coming back down right here at this 45%, which brings down Solana back to $75, right? So until we see some sort of retracement happen like this, which would make sense because if you actually zoom out, it's a major cup and handle pattern, right? So it's just a matter of where the support is going to be, whether it's going to be at $75 or $56, right? It's still bullish if you look at it from the longer perspective, right? It's still going to moon and it's still going to go to all-time high. So if you're looking to go ahead and put in a couple hundreds of thousands of dollars, 10, 20, $30,000 on Solana, I would just go ahead and stick to literally trading meme tokens right now in the Solana ecosystem, and then just wait for Solana to dump, retrace, and then look for a support. And then now you could be considerate of actually throwing in your 10, 20, $100,000, whatever your play bag is, at these levels right here when Solana is at $75 to $57, right? Because what smart money is doing is that they're luring in a lot of the dummies, right? A lot of the normies. They're bringing in the dumb money in. They're bringing them in by showing them the cheese, right? We talked about that narrative with you know, a rat and cheese, right? The smart money is bringing in all the dumb money. They're like, hey, look at Solana, it's right here. Look what it could do, life-changing money. Then we have all these influencers talking about Bitcoin hitting 1 million. You know, Solana as my title, $500. It's going to hit it. It's not going to hit it right now. Can it hit it? Yes, 100%. But this is what smart money is doing right now. They're bringing in all the dumb money, and they're going to keep on pushing it as smart money begins to sell. They're selling. Eventually, it's going to reach a top. I don't know where it's going to be. Maybe it's at $140. I hope it is, because as I mentioned, the correction from $140 is only going to be a 40% dump, which is kind of bad, but it's not as bad as we continue to go up, right? Because let's say Solana does go up even higher and we reach to the levels of $200 or even $300. Do you understand how high the dump's going to be? The dump from here to this level, which is a high probability, could be a 70% retracement. A 70% retracement, which will scare off a lot of people, right? A lot of people are going to get wrecked again if we just have Solana moon all the way up to $250 or $270. The fall is going to be a lot harder. 70% retracement. Like, what would you guys rather have? A 30 to a 40% retracement or a 70 to 80% retracement? You know what I mean? A 30% retracement is better, because if we do have that 30 to 40% retracement, that means we have more room to go back up again, safely, slowly, and healthy. As opposed to we just moon forever, we're going to crash back down and we're going to be in a phase where we're just consolidating for maybe a year and a half before we have a major breakout once again, right? So, you know, I would say keep in mind with these levels right here, I think 140 would be an area that a lot of investors are going to be looking to short. So if you are also looking to go ahead and enter this market and trade and possibly short, we could be approaching that market very, very soon. I don't think right now would probably be the smartest thing, just based on what we're looking at. But I would definitely say consider shorting in the next couple weeks, right? In the next 3 weeks, let's just say a month, have shorting in your mind, right? If you're looking to short, make sure to go ahead and use my MEXC link down below. $20,000 in sign-up bonuses, no KYC. Same thing with BingX. BingX is actually offering $5,000 in sign-up bonuses. I would definitely recommend you check out BingX. This is going to be one of the platforms I'm going to be using a little bit more moving forward. The good thing about MEXC is that they do use more of these degenerate freaking meme tokens with 200x leverage. This exchange I'm going to be trying out a little bit because it's all about diversifying, and as well I know they're offering a little bit more better deals with BingX. So if you could go ahead and support the channel, make sure to use my links down below. And as well, we actually do have a few other companies, but I think one of them that I really came to mind for all those that are able to go ahead and trade on Bybiy, I would suggest Bybiy as well. $30,000 in sign-up bonuses. And NordVPN, I know a lot of you have been asking me, hey John, what's a good VPN company? Well, we found a good VPN company right now, and they're actually offering $69 off plus 3 months extra, and this is an exclusive deal with us. So if this is something you're definitely interested in, this is one of the best ways you can support the channel right now. I know a lot of you have been asking for tip jars. I don't have that yet, but this is one of the best ways you could go ahead and help support me if that is something you want to go ahead and do. And as I mentioned, just diversify when it comes to exchanges. This is the only reason why I've partnered up with different exchanges, and I will be as well moving forward. Whether I'm associated with them or not, or affiliated with them or not, I would recommend diversify having exchanges, especially if we do have a massive pump, whether Solana takes off and let's say it breaks past resistance and it goes up higher. It's going to be so much harder creating an account with a lot of these exchanges if you don't create one now, right? So just consider that. I'm going to read some comments, and we're going to look at the DXY, and we're going to look at the stock market, and then we're going to start talking about these meme tokens, right? I want you to show me all these meme tokens that you have in mind. I do think that right now we should be exposing ourselves a little bit more to risk on, meaning you should be exposing yourself to meme tokens. I would consider it more as swing trading them. Don't hold them for months, 6-8 months. I wouldn't consider that. I would say hold them for the next couple weeks, maybe in the next 3 months. I think meme tokens are also going to be doing very, very good. So if anything, I'm more bullish on meme tokens right now. It's even as crazy as it sounds after everything that I told you, but I think meme coin season is getting close to, and we should be having some sort of altcoin season as well. But we need to go ahead and take a look at the charts and understand the critical areas just in case our plan backfires. We know how to react, right? So let's go ahead and look at some questions, and let's go ahead get this going. Dab Bastard says buy the dip, smack that like button. Come on, yeah guys, 14 people, 13 likes. Join the Discord. All right, let's go ahead and start reading the comments now. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with Dwayne, because Dwayne gave us a smart contract for a Crazy Frog. And his question was, in your opinion, do you think Crazy Frog is a play that can make you some potential gains during the bull run? Well, as I mentioned, the thing is with a lot of these meme tokens, I just don't like doing long-term analysis, man. I'm going to be honest with you, just because they're very, very unpredictable to go ahead and do. But I would definitely say, being exposed to meme tokens is definitely the play. I think moving forward as well, I'm going to be having the mentality of, having meme tokens available, but not being overly risky on your investment, right? Like, at least diversify with your investments. If you have, a good amount of altcoins or Bitcoin and Ethereum, I would definitely say, exposing yourself to meme tokens right now will be your best bet. But I wouldn't consider holding on to a lot of these tokens for too long. As I mentioned, anything could happen, but realistically, that's how meme tokens are. They're 100% gambles. You can't predict where they're going to go. And I would rather not give you like an actual prediction of where things are going to go, because I can't, you know what I mean? I could have sat here and given you predictions about Pepe 2.0 and it practically almost rug pulled. You know what I mean? And I don't want to go ahead and do that. I don't want to go ahead and give people false expectations. I don't want to go ahead and sell you dreams that are not going to happen. What I could go ahead and sit here and sell you is that, you will make a lot of money this bull run, you will make a lot of money. You will be making life-changing money. You will change your situation. You will get richer if you're already rich. And it's an only way up from here, right? That's what I could go ahead and sell you. That's a dream I could sell you, is that blockchain is here to stay. It's going to adopt, but I can't go ahead and sit here and sell you a meme token that's going to go up forever, right? Frog at the point, we had shorts talking about this back at 800,000 market cap, I believe, or 900,000. and you know, we saw it reach as high as almost 4 million market cap. Right now it has retraced, and we're going to go ahead and see where the area of support is. With Crazy Frog, if it does lose this area of support right here around the 6598, this thing's going to be probably officially dead unless it continues to pick up with volume, right? But as I mentioned, with these meme tokens, just have a little bit of money in there exposed to yourself, and just consider it as a casino game, right? Don't try to make these kind of moves where you turn money in $42 into $1.5 million, right? Don't try to do that in one hit. Diversify yourself, and I could promise you that eventually you'll be the next story to have this kind of success story. But don't rely on just one project changing your life, right? Diversify your knowledge. As much as I never liked Solana, I'm willing to learn and adopt to Solana and learn the ecosystem now, and I'm now looking into trading meme tokens on Solana, right? I don't like Solana. I don't think Solana is revolutionary, but I know where the money's heading, right? We're seeing it. It's an obvious sign. It's just a matter of when an ETF for Solana happens, which is going to go ahead and push Solana even higher, right? So it's all about adopting and changing to your circumstances. Whatever you did in the past, whether you did a wrong, you know, trading mistake, whatever the case is, learn from it, move on from it, and then change your strategy, right? And that's the strategy that I'm moving forward. I'm just going to go ahead and stick to dollar cost averaging. I'm going to be looking a little bit more into the ecosystems with a lot of these tokens, and be slightly exposed to a lot of these meme tokens, whether that's 30%, right? So I'm looking to go ahead and do like a 70% where I'm invested into these longer term plays, and probably like a 30 to 20% where I'm going to just go ahead, expose myself, and gamble all my freaking money on these meme tokens if I want, right? So I don't want to go ahead and sit here and tell you, you know, Crazy Frog is going to be the next play, because I don't know. I mean, liquidity is not locked, and realistically, we can't predict the future. We really can't. As much as I wish I could, I can't. So let's go ahead and read what Dabmaster gave us. SLO, slow. Let's go ahead and check this one out. And I apologize, chat. You know what I mean? I can't give you a straight response. It just is what it is. You know what I mean? No one really knows what's going on with the market, and anybody that tells you that they do know, they're full of it. No one knows where the market's heading. As I mentioned, right now we're at very, very critical areas. You know, there's tokens doing freaking millions of dollars, right? Millions of dollars are just pumping through this market right now. So it's very difficult to go ahead and tell you exactly what's going to happen. And most importantly, as I mentioned, I just can't sell you an illusion that's not real, right? Those are illusions. You know, people that are selling you Dogecoin to $200, bro. It's not going to happen. Can it happen? Yes. Will it happen? Probably not. I'm sorry to tell you. Sorry to break a lot of people's dreams, right? But we can't be in the delusional phase. We have to be somewhat realistic. I mean, the good thing about slow, it looks like it is at the 618 retracement. Typically, the 618 retracement gets followed pretty well. We're going to go ahead and see if it does bounce off of this really well, and we could go ahead and expect another pump to an upside on slow. So if you want to check out slow, take a look at that. 7.16 million market cap, 380,000 liquidity, 8.37 thousand holders, 7.97 million of volume. So imagine $7 to $8 million in volume, and the bull run hasn't even started yet, right? I think the bull run is going to be as soon as we get a correction. That's going to go ahead and confirm to me, at least, that we are in some sort of bullish market. This is more than enough information to tell me that we are bullish, right? But is this a fake out? I don't think it's a fake out. I just really want to go ahead and see how people are going to react when this thing comes down. All these tokens come down. So I would just say enjoy the money, make your money. Whether you're up 3, 4, 5x, take your money and then just switch your tokens. Get into another Solana token, throw a little bit of money. I mean, realistically, this guy threw $42, right? So what does that tell us? If you have $1,000, maybe your best bet will be throwing in $50 into hundreds of thousands of projects. I'm not sure if that's enough, but let's just say 100 projects, right? You throw in $42 in 100 projects. I think that might be I think that might be 4 grand if I'm not mistaken, or maybe 400. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then just diversify your money, and then just make sure that hopefully out of all those 100 tokens you chose, you might hit it big, and you might be able to hit the next story of hitting 1.55 million, right? But realistically, we don't know the strategy behind this person. One thing that I can tell you though that I found very, very interesting, which makes lots of sense, is that I saw this Pepe whale, original Pepe, right, turn $25 into like 5 million or something like that, or 3 million, something ridiculous. It was in the millions. And now we have another person turning $42 of SOL into 1.55 million. So there might be some sort of strategy, might be a bot that people set up where they have, let's say $100, or let's say $1,000, and they might set up where they buy these random meme tokens for like 10, 20, 40 bucks, and then just hope that one of them hits them for 1.55 million. Because there's no coincidence that the last one of the Pepe millionaires that I've also tracked only threw in about $25, and he made over 2 million as well, over 1 million. Just say 1 million. I'm sure it was more than that. I think it might have been like 3 million, but let's just say a 1 million off of $23. So I think there's something like that where there might be some sort of bots that they set up, and they just throw in like 20, 40 bucks into like 40 different projects and hope and cross their fingers that out of all those projects one of them hits, which eventually it will. You know, meme coins are all about the odds. It's all about probabilities. It's the same thing with trading, right? You can only be wrong so many times until you finally hit your biggest comeback. It's same thing with meme tokens. You might be taking 20, 30, 50 losses on a lot of these meme tokens to eventually have one that's going to be very, very successful. And that's why I don't like to go ahead and give you this most bullish scenario with all these tokens, because it's really a probability game. It's all about how many times can you expose yourself to more tokens, right? And in order to do that, you need to have more money, or you just spread your money out. And that's what we're seeing right now in the market, is that even with a lot of these other bigger tokens, we start to see smaller buy-ins. Like we don't see really big buy-ins. I mean, look, $5, $14, you know, 500 bucks is not that much when it comes to Ethereum tokens. You know, even, you know, 4 grand, it's not that crazy. But we're seeing that in tokens that such as Solana, maybe because it's a lower barrier to entry, or maybe because a lot of these people know that, you know, they're better off throwing only $50 to $8, $20, and then just diversify to go ahead and make sure they hit the next, you know, project that has a 27 million market cap or above. So there's something going on right here behind the scenes, right? And that's what I think is going on with a lot of these Solana projects, is that people are aping in with like 10 bucks, bro. It's kind of crazy, right? But, you know, if you have stories like this, I would be doing the same. Why risk 100 bucks or $200 when I could risk $42 and make 1.55 million? Obviously, not a lot of people are going to consider that, but it's a numbers game. Let's go ahead and read the questions. Let's see. Tillery gave us another address. Let's go ahead and check out this address. Copy. It's Mark Sun Slim. What do you think of Bonk 2.0 on MEXC? Hey, how's it going, Mark? I don't know. I haven't seen Bonk 2.0. Let me see if I have Bonk 2.0 in here. I think I might. I mean, the 2.0 narratives are very, very strong. I mean, that's one of the bullish things. I think I have Bonk 2.0 somewhere right here. I'm assuming this one's on MEXC, right? We'll check right now. Yeah, let me just pull this out. Size. We're going to pull out size, and then we're going to go ahead and pull out Bonk, and then we're going to go ahead and head over to CoinMarketCap. Bonk 2.0. Let's see if this is the token that's on MEXC. Is it? I don't know which one's on MEXC, to be honest. I have to log into my MEXC account. But I mean, anything with let me actually, I think I might be able to pull it out on TradingView. It's probably 1,000 Bonk, right? What's the ticker symbol on Bonk 2.0 on MEXC? Oh, it's right here. I think this one is USDT. I mean, I always tell chat about this MEXC effect that a lot of these tokens have. Typically, when a meme token gets listed on MEXC, not financial advice, you usually want to go ahead and sell, because we're usually always we're always followed with a pump like this, where it moves so freaking high, and then we just see it crash 80%, right? So I I laugh about it with chat, and I always tell them, that your goal should be that when a lot of the tokens that you're jumping into, a lot of these meme tokens, as soon as they get announced that they're going to get listed on MEXC, you sell your bags for profits. If you're trading on MEXC, such as a lot of you do, then you go ahead and use leverage if you can. Go on leverage, look for the token that you just got in early, made money on. Now you short, because more than like 9 out of 10 times the token's gonna dump. It's not always a case. Sometimes it moons, right? Sometimes it just moons forever. But this is something very, very common that we always see as soon as tokens get listed on MEXC. And we actually call it the MEXC effect, right? Where people just start dumping their tokens as soon as they get listed on MEXC. I don't know why, but if that's something you want to do, make sure to use my link down below. But yeah, I mean, that's the shortest things I could, that's like the shortest format that I could really tell you a little bit more about. I'm assuming this is probably the one too, Bonk 2.0. It looks like a very similar chart. But I think right now your best bet, it's not really loading up too much on a lot of these tokens. After a token does a move like this, after it pumps like this, you shouldn't be looking to go ahead and rebuy this again, in my opinion. That's just me. Like if you see a token already do its thing, like for example, like we can use crazy for example, right? Maybe this thing does hit 20 million market cap and it does reverse. Like this thing might reverse, right? So if you're bullish on crazy and you know it's gonna pump, then you might consider buying, the dip on this. But if you missed out on a project that's up, like let's say for example, like Bonk 2.0, right? Let's just say Bonk 2.0. Prime example. Let's say this thing hit 5 million market cap. You don't want to go ahead and start buying the dips hoping that 5 million market cap comes back. What you want to go ahead and start doing is you want to start looking for the next project that's going to be hot. You don't want to go ahead and be waiting for the project to do its thing, because you have two scenarios, right? Where this thing probably consolidates forever, never goes back up, or probably dies down. Those are the two cases that could happen. You either lose money by wasting your time waiting for the token to pump and it never freaking pumps, or the other case is that you waste your money waiting for it to pump, and when it does pump, all it pumps is it's probably like a 2x, and you wasted a lot of time and money and effort, right? So usually when there's tokens like this, you would want to go ahead and just throw in a little bit of money if you're very bullish. As I mentioned, example, let's say you're bullish on Crazy Frog, you want to throw in $1,000, throw in $1,000. You go ahead and look for the next Crazy Frog. Maybe it's Crazy Dog, maybe it's Crazy Bird, maybe it's Crazy Squirrel. You know what I mean? That's when you start looking for the next narrative, and then that's when you want to go in a little bit more on that next project. And you want to go ahead and start heading to tools such as Dex View or Dex Screener, where you can start looking for a lot of these projects that are coming out brand new, right? You go ahead and select the chain you want. Right now, the chain that's hot, it's Solana, so I would stick to Solana projects, not financial advice, but I would go ahead and head over to Solana projects and start looking for anything Solana. Like right now, we see Harry Potter Obama still pumping, but we could go all the way over here and see what else is pumping. We have Hemu, which Tillery has been talking about for a while, and we have One Cat, and we have the Santa Rangers, which we don't know how much this thing has pumped. Let's see. All-time high from listing, a 33x. See, so you want to be able to jump into these projects early on so you could be able to take advantage of a 33x. This one only has 71 holders. That's what you want to do, right? I wouldn't recommend buying the dip. At least that's just my opinion. Can it go back up? 100%. But I think the mentality that a lot of people have is based on the Doge or the Shiba, where, it was just buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, and eventually you might be able to be the next person to hit 1.55 million. But instead, why not just go ahead and trade a lot of these meme tokens? Like, let's say you throw in $1,000 and you made $5,000 in Yodo. Do you continue to hold YOLO because it might hit 300 million? Well, I mean, maybe your best bet might be, you know, taking, you know, 80% of that profits and then now go look for the next YOLO and hopefully be able to capture it when it does a 30 to 100x. And now you're only risking $100 to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's kind of the approach you want to do, right? You don't want to be buying, like right now, for example, YOLO. Can it go up higher? I'm sure it could. But right now you're playing the game crash, right? Like, have you ever played, you know, have you ever played in the casino stake where everybody just, you know, betting how high it's going to go, until eventually it crashes? This is what meme tokens are. Everybody's betting to see how high it could go, and the person that's left holding the freaking bag at the top gets wrecked and probably never recovers, while everybody cashed out during the way up. So this is very, 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 very risky, and this is the reason why I would say you don't want to be buying the dips on tokens such as these. Can they go to 500 million? I'm sure they can, but no one really knows, because they're just looking for the next person to be able to buy and justify buying at a higher market cap. And that's the hard part. This is like a freaking the crash game, just waiting for this thing to collapse. This thing's just waiting for it to collapse, right? Who knows where the top is? Nobody knows. You know, let's see this one right here. Gecko did really good. I know this one's at a 53 million market cap. But you're better off, you know, buying the dips on altcoins and then just looking for the next degen play instead of going back to chase it. But that's the thing, no one knows, you know what I mean? That's the most difficult part. But I would say your best bet would be, you know, risking money on tokens that are over here that seem super, super sketchy. For example, like one of the platforms that I use right now, which I'm going to provide the link to right now, right, chat? I'm going to provide you some link, give you some alpha to this, to all those that are watching. You're like, hey, John, how do I find the freaking next, you know, $20 million project? I think Glenn was the one that gave us this tool too. And it's actually called Soul Trending, right? This is what I was doing yesterday, right? Took a lot of L's, but this is one of the best ways to do it. I think it was Glenn, or it was Dabmaster. It was one of you guys that gave us this alpha, I believe. And I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a link. But for example, this Telegram channel right here literally tells you like the new token that's coming out. Like this one came out, Taniku Inu. This one's sitting at a 21,000 market cap at the time when this thing was launched. Let's see where it's at right now. Let's see what market cap it's at. It's at a 932. This thing dumps. So that's not the play. Now you go back to here and then see which one came out. Pants. I remember looking at dog Wi-Fi pants yesterday. This one's at a 3.6 million market cap. Usually I've noticed that the ones with 3 million and above or 1 million are usually your best bet. But look at this one right here, Bonk Jr. This could be the new play, right? Instead of getting into a project that has 30 million market cap, your best bet would be getting into one with 1 million. It says right here 968. Now it's at a 1 million market cap. Bonk Jr. You know, and this thing might be pumping, you know? And this is where you're better off risking money, risking off $100, $200, because if this thing does hit 20, 30 million, that's a 30, 40x. Instead of jumping into a project that has already a freaking 30 million market cap and you're risking more money to make less money. Like, I'm sure you can find another one. Look, Zaza coin, 28,000 market cap. Let's look at the chart on this. 29K, 21K. We're going to see how high this thing goes. Maybe this thing rug pulls or whatever it's you know, over with. It's having a reversal, right? This one right here, look. Oh my gosh, my freaking mouse just died. Look at this one right here, look. Cat Monkey Love Banana, 181,000. 181,000 market cap's not bad. If it hits, you know, 10, 20 million, it looks like it's about a reverse. You know, so let me go ahead and give you guys some of that alpha right here. Shout out to anybody who gave me this this tool. I think it was Glenn, if I'm not mistaken. Comment down below, Glenn. Was it you? Here, let me go ahead and give you the link. 1, super high risk, high reward, by the way, chat. So here you go. Enjoy it. Cisco, the more horses you bet on, the more chances you will hit the jetpack. I like that. I like that analogy, Cisco. You're 100% correct. The more you could go ahead and throw your money at, the more you're gonna win. So I completely agree with you. Yep, it was Glenn. So shout out to Glenn. I was playing with this tool, dude. This thing's so much fun too, bro. Because like as I said, no one knows which one's gonna be the one that hits 50 million market cap. You're better off. You want to throw in $1,000 into Gecko that has a freaking 53 million market cap. Well, not financial advice, but you're better off, you know, spreading your $1,000, maybe throwing 40 bucks into a lot of these projects right here that are coming out, and they're making numbers, right? Maybe Pants hits 3.5 million. Like, I know one that hit a crazy market cap, which was, I forgot what it was called, honestly. I had it in the top of my head and I just completely forgot what it was called. But right here, even Solana Beach. I saw Solana Beach yesterday, and look at this. This thing's at a 1.7 million. Let's see where it's at. I think it might have dumped, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I had a little retracement, but look, this is kind of a healthy retracement. The Solana Beach might pump back up again. I don't even know what they do. Maybe they do have a pretty cool website. Solana Beach, California. Is that really why Solana was called Solana? I didn't know that, dude. I didn't know they did it because they met at Solana Beach, California. You know what's a crazy thing? I've never been to Solana Beach, bro. I've never been to Solana Beach. But look, this is a good narrative. This is a good narrative. What's the narrative? Well, the founders met up at Solana Beach, California. Solana Beach token. That's a good narrative. 1.8 million market cap. Maybe this one hits 50 million. It has a good story, has a good narrative, has a pretty cool website. I think it's pretty cool. See, I didn't know that they met at Solana Beach, California. If they didn't, well, then that's a pretty cool story to say. But, you know, if they did, that's a pretty good narrative in my opinion, right? And it looks like it's about a reverse. That's what you want to be looking for. Let's read some comments right here. Looking to 850 bucks on a Solana play. Yesterday there were Solana Beach and Solana Girl. I decided to buy Solana Girl and dumped. Yeah, dude, I was gonna jump into Solana Beach as well, and then I ended up getting wrecked on. I think it was this one right here. Look, I got wrecked on X Hamster. I think this thing's already like rugged. I haven't even seen any activity from this thing. Nothing but selling, bro. So I don't know. I got X Hamster. If anybody knows. If you know, you know, bro. If you know, you know. X Hamster. This thing like freaking did terrible. I threw in some money on Baby Cock Inu, but this thing hit at 300,000 market cap and then just dumped 50%. So we're gonna see where that goes. I only threw in like 40-50 bucks, chat. Like, I didn't throw in that much money because I was literally scraping. Like, I lost all my money on when I got liquidity grab on Pepe 2 2 weeks ago. So I'm waiting to get paid so I could get back in the market. But honestly, I'm probably just going to just buy the dips on a lot of altcoins. And then I'm going to start loading up on actual like meme tokens, or I guess tokens that have utility. I've been telling a lot of you about Magicraft. I've been saying how, like, if this thing ever comes back with the gaming, this could be a big token to take advantage of, and it looks like it has pumped a little bit over a 1%, right? 1x. And at the time when I was talking about it, you're able to have over 100,000 tokens for $100, which means you could realistically turn $100 into $100,000 with this project Magicraft if it reverses, right? I think they have, you know, NFTs. I think gaming should be one of the things we should be focusing on. So while everybody's focusing on the Solana meme tokens and the Avalanche, not financial advice, but we should start focusing on actually buying utility projects or projects that are building up their metaverse, right? Magicraft, I'm very bullish on this. As I mentioned, go ahead and take a look at this if that's what you want. Not financial advice, but you're better off throwing a couple bucks on this. Glenn says, I only put $10 on Solana Girl, so I don't care. I'm chilling. Yeah, 100%, bro. That's all you got to do with these Solana tokens. You just got to throw in like 10, 20 bucks. That's all you got to do. Only to check the fountain was a success. Nice. Nice, dude. That's pretty good. We need more people chatting, man. We have over 17 people, so I do want to say, you know, welcome everybody that's watching. I gotta use my soundboard a little bit more, dude. But smash that like button. We have 17 watchers, only 16 likes. Continue to smash that like button for me. But as I mentioned, like, you know, shout out to Glenn. You know, shout out to Glenn. He's the one who gave us alpha on that. And this is the reason why you should be joining our Discord channel, right? You know, Glenn's over here doing some TA on autistic, which was a token that was as high as like $600 or something like that. And we also have Blue right here giving us a summary about Tynex, which I'm definitely going to be looking into. So if you guys want to go ahead and get early on alpha before we go live, like on YouTube, which I've been literally like doing some TA videos as soon as I wake up. I mean, look at this. DXY is losing support. BTC can consolidate before a major move. My predictions is BTC approaching 54K before we see a major correction. If DXY falls support at 101, a last final mini pump will be coming our way. And I posted this. This was like a 7-minute video. Look at that. 7-minute video where I just talk about this technical analysis that no one else gets to see, and it's completely free on my Discord right now. If you join the Discord, you'll be able to get these kind of analysis, not just from me, but from everybody else in the community. We have Glenn right here. Autistic might hit a 2x, not touching it, but let's go ahead and wait and see. And it actually did hit his prediction. Look at that. As soon as he called that 2x, it hit a 2x. So you're not only getting TA from me, but you're also getting TA from the community members, which is one of the best ways to go ahead and stay informed of any alpha, because sometimes it's very difficult to go ahead and post directly on here, right? Going on live, but it's a lot easier when we're on Discord and it's more of us, right? It's not just me. This is the reason why I suggest everybody to go to our Discord. It's completely free. Take a look at this token, by the way, chat. I think this might be a play too. Yodo, new Solana token based on KASTA founder. It's on fire. Can you provide the smart contract, Ayo City? And welcome, by the way. Thank you for joining the channel today. Smash that like button for me. Subscribe. Everybody smash that like button for me, chat. Please, please, please. It does help support the channel a lot. Continue to show me more projects, right? This is where the reason why we're over here live streaming. I want you all to show your projects, give us more alpha. This is the way a lot of other people are going to be able, possibly, maybe one of you becomes a success story like this, where you turn $42 into 1.55 million. And I hope we're all able to do that, right? But I just want to give you I just want to be honestly truthful with you. You know, the chances of hitting it like that, are very slim if you don't literally put your eggs in like different freaking baskets. You got to spread your money around. All right, you can't just go all in. You can't just buy the dip on one project forever, because you're missing out on the market, right? And I think there's a lot of projects right now that we could take advantage of. You know, GM Fam. We also have Beam right now that looks like it's slightly going down. Tynex that Blue continues to talk about. You know, crazy returns. I really want to understand how this platform works. I really don't understand. I'm very, very confused. But, you know, it seems like it's making money. Wall Street Memes is a project that I've been considering to go ahead and swing trade. I was looking at some very critical areas. It actually looks like it has dumped and actually fallen its area of support. So this is the kind of the reason why moving forward too, I'm going to be waiting for breakouts. Like I'm going to be trading breakouts as they happen. I'm no longer going to be freaking jumping in before there's a breakout, right? Because this is my prediction on Wall Street Memes, and luckily it fell, so good thing I didn't freaking long that. But I do think that we should have some money on Wall Street Memes. We should definitely be exposed to Wall Street Memes, in my opinion. Pepe is pumping too, man. That's freaking crazy. 20% on Pepe, Wojak too. So there's a lot of other tokens that are slightly looking like they're going to recover. I'm kind of mad because I literally just sold my bag of Grok 2.0 yesterday. You can't make this thing up, bro. I sold it for a loss, right? I sold it for a major loss on Grok 2.0 to buy some Solana tokens to see if I could have gambled some money. And it just decides to pump 32% today, right? As soon as I freaking sell. You can't make this thing up, bro. I wonder if anybody else is a huge holder of Grok. Grok right now is in the consolidating phase, by the way, chat. That's what you're looking to go ahead and jump into. But with that being said, with all of that being said, Bonk Jr. is pumping too, by the way. I think Bonk Jr. and Solana Beach might be the best two plays, in my opinion. Looks like they're both going to be reversing very soon. Anyways, with that being said, let's go ahead and see what the fear greed looks like. 74 greed. Yeah, I think we talked about that. Let's go ahead and talk about Let's talk about the DXY situation. That's what I really want to talk about. It's on Dex Tools. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this project right here. All right, let's look at this right here. Yodo. Oh, I think we were talking about Yodo already. We talked about Yodo already. I think Glenn said he bought the dip on this one. Yeah, Yodo. If anybody wants to check it out, Yodo. As I mentioned, a lot of these tokens just a matter of when they will crash. Right, so just throw in a couple bucks in there. I would say no more than $50 would be a solid play. I mean, this guy made 1.15 million off $40, so I think we should be more than good enough that, you know, just risking $40 because you can make a couple $100, right? Yoda is one of the plays, I guess. What's the narrative behind that, you said? Token based on KASTA founder. I guess the founder's name is Yotoshi, I'm assuming. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the DXY, and let's just go ahead and look at the stock market real quick. And I think we're gonna end the video. I mean, unless we get more people shilling us more tokens, we need more people shilling us more tokens. I mean, we're 1 hour into the stream, so I think it was a pretty good stream today. Nice. Ayo City, smash that subscribe button for me, Ayo. All right, so let's go ahead and look into the DXY. Continue to show more tokens. Everybody that's watching, smash that like button if you haven't already. So what I've been talking about the DXY right now is it looks like we have officially closed, and it looks like the DXY, you know, looks like it closed in red. Has the stock market closed? All right, Dabmaster gave us another one. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Kiwi. I think we were talking about Kiwi. I remember this one. This one was bullish for some reason. I don't remember why it was bullish, but this thing looks like it's about to reverse, by the way. This could be the play, low key. Dude, imagine that. Imagine getting a 4,000% return. That's about a 40x right here. Do you know what the narrative behind Kiwi is? Because this could definitely be one of the plays. Be one of the freaking plays. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, I was looking at that already. I meant to put Dex view, not Dex tool. Dex view. There you go. So it looks like the Groks are back, bro. You can't make this thing up. The Groks are back. See if they have a website, dude. Because I remember something about Kiwi. It looks bullish, though. I'm not going to lie. Looks pretty bullish. Yodo, I guess, looks kind of bullish, too. But as I mentioned, it's just like super, super sketchy when you're entering levels that we're at right now. As I mentioned, as long as you throw in like 40, 50 bucks and you're not putting your life savings into any of these tokens, I say you should go for it. You know what I mean? One of the tokens, too, that... I forgot what was his name. Ganasa's network told us about was C-Dot, Check Dot. I think this might be another play, too. This one's at a 7 million market cap. I would wait for this thing to retrace around 40 cents to 60. If this thing does retrace, I do think this could be worth over $10, right? And the reason why is because their supply is at 7.74 million. And I mean, look at their market cap right now, 7.52 million. So this is another token I would suggest a lot of you to check out. Not financial advice. I'm not endorsed by it, but I'm definitely looking into buying a bag on this as soon as we see some sort of retracement on this. Hey, Boss Andrew, how's it going, my guy? I want a 40x. Narrative is a tasty fruit. Hey, Boss Andrew, what's your freaking Twitter, bro? Or what's your Telegram? I've been trying to collaborate with you, and it's been I forgot how you told me how to get a hold of you. I think you told me Telegram, right? But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the DXY, right? Let's talk about the DXY before I forget. Kiwi, I think that was a good play too. That one's gonna go ahead and reverse. I think Solana Beach, Kiwi. I think Solana Beach, Kiwi, and Baby Cock Inu might be the play, but I don't know because this thing has dumped a lot. I got in like right here. I think it might be. No. I think it lost to 618, which it doesn't really freaking matter on meme tokens, to be honest. It doesn't freaking matter, dude. Yeah, I mean, it has found some sort of support, so I would consider maybe throwing in a few bucks into Cock Inu, Baby Cock Inu, because it seems like a lot of these baby tokens are low-key kind of the move. Not financial advice. Telegram is on my YouTube. All right, for sure. I'll check out your YouTube. Hey, by the way, Chad, go ahead and show some love to Crypto Boss Andrew, to his channel. Go check out his channel. Does a lot of TA. Does a lot of freaking TA on a lot of projects. So if you're into any of these tokens, you just want straight TA, straight to the point, bro, check out Crypto Boss Andrew. But yeah, let's smash that like button for me. Let's talk about the DXY before I forget, because I think this is very, very important. I know a lot of you have already probably heard why the importance of the DXY getting at the levels where it's at right now. But if we do see the DXY drop down to 99, Bitcoin's going to pump to $54,000. But one of the things that I want all of you to go ahead and consider is that, as I mentioned, I think earlier today, or I probably talked about it on the Discord, is that, you know, we're seeing we're getting close to seeing the DXY approach an oversold territory on the RSI, which typically, as we see, it usually has a reversal, right? We could even go all the way in the back right here. Even when the DXY hits the oversold territory, we usually see the market come back down, right? So we could say that the RSI is usually pretty well respected, and that's why I'm saying that even if the dollar was to go ahead and come back down to $99, we're going to be approaching that oversold territory in the DXY. So I don't see the DXY going no lower than probably like 97 and 95. I think right here it's still kind of possible, but I don't think that's going to be the move, because we will have the RSI get overly oversold, and that's why we're kind of due for a correction, right? So we have the DXY showing us that some correction is going to be coming. Who knows when? I think maybe in the next 2 to 3 weeks. In the meantime, I do believe there could be one last pump on this Bitcoin market, if you want to call it, or a crypto market, before we see a correction happen, which, you know, as soon as Bitcoin loses its dominance and falls, we're going to see altcoins pick up, and then we're going to be followed with meme coin season, right, which is typically around April, May, and June. So that's usually where meme coin season usually happens, right? So realistically, we need a freaking correction to happen if you want altcoins and meme coin season to start, right? Right now, what we're seeing is really nothing, right? We'll just wait until we get into meme coin season and altcoin season. But the DXY is also showing us that it's due for a correction. Whether it should have already done a correction, which looks like it might not do a correction. I think it might just fall back down to the 99, which would pump Bitcoin of $54,000, and then we'll have the whole market pump. But also, if you do go ahead and zoom out and we take a look at the monthly, and let me go ahead and get rid of all these nasty freaking lines. If we go ahead and zoom out and look at the monthly, we are at an area of support at the 101. We could even probably test as low as 99. And looking at the monthly, it kind of also looks like it will be reversing in the next couple months. We could be seeing the DXY approach 115 and above, which could be a probability of the crypto market taking a hit. I do see the DXY possibly approaching back to the levels of 120. If we don't, that means this is over. You know what I mean? The economy is going to be printing easy money. I mean, we already know the economy is going to be cutting down rates in the U.S., and that's definitely going to be a global thing that's going to be affected, right? Unless we see the dollar collapse like now, then which could be a possibility. I highly doubt it, but it could be a high probability that the dollar begins to collapse as soon as we go ahead and drop down to 99. So yeah, once we reach these levels right here, the dollar's collapsing. That's pretty much it. That's enough for the market, and that means we're gonna have one of the biggest bull runs happening, which is the reason why a lot of these institutions and banks and people and corporations are excited for the ETF, because if the dollar collapses, we could then eventually get to a top where the stock market collapses as well, which a lot of people say has something correlated to crypto for whatever reason. But looking at the NASDAQ as well, we do see we are approaching some levels of resistance, right? We haven't entered that overbought territory. You could even see the NASDAQ make new all-time highs before we see a collapse come down as well. So we're due for a correction in every market, but I think we still have more leg room to go. We have more leg room to go, realistically. So I would just say, just be considerate about that. Take profits as much as you can. Dollar cost average if you have to. Buy the dips if you have to. I think right now we're at very risk on territories. We're seeing people are willing to get more risky. We're seeing it with these meme tokens, and we're seeing a shift in the market, right? But we are approaching critical areas all around the market, not just Bitcoin, not just the dollar, but we're watching it in the stock market, in Bitcoin, in crypto, and Solana, and all these tokens, and we're seeing the level of greeds that we're approaching, which is why we should just be more cautious, right? But overall, tokens are doing good, 34%. So let's see, cock it, Solana place. Cook it. Did you say cook it or cock it, bro? Anyways, chat, let me know down below if you have any other questions. As I mentioned, we could be followed with another pump. That's pretty much the shortest terms that I have to really say. Is that, crypto could go ahead and still be followed $54,000 before we see some sort of correction. We saw corrections, leading onto, the bull run back on Bitcoin all the way at these levels right here. As I mentioned, when we have Bitcoin go from $9,000, all the way up to 41, 42, depending on where you're measuring, we saw a 30% correction, which we haven't seen any corrections with Bitcoin. The biggest correction we've seen with Bitcoin right now so far has been a 7% correction. And everybody's like, but John, we've been in a bear market for years. It doesn't matter. We're due for a correction. You know what I mean? We're due for a correction because if we just continue to go up high like this, where we saw it go, let's say, for example, from 9,000 or 10,000 all the way up to 64,000, look at the correction we're followed from $64,000 all the way down. We're followed with a 54, 55 correction after. So that means that if we continue to go up without any corrections into the way up, like if we get no corrections and we surpass 54,000, we surpass it, and we're approaching $60,000, $70,000 Bitcoin, guess how high the correction is going to be from here now? Now we're looking at a 50 to a 70% correction, which would take us anywhere between Bitcoin being from $35,000 or down to $24,000. And even if you zoom out, it's still bullish. I mean, look at the zoom out from far away. I mean, you can still say it's a massive cup and handle pattern, I guess, and it's going to be getting ready to take off eventually into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. But this could also be a thing that could happen with Bitcoin, where we just see it continuing to pump, and we don't know where the top's going to be, and then eventually the collapse. It's a huge collapse. It's not a 30% correction anymore. We're looking at a 50 to a 70% correction, which sounds insane, but it's very, very healthy still. It might not be healthy to a lot of people. There's going to be more people getting wrecked, honestly. And that's the only reason why I'm screaming for we need a correction, because we need more people to come in. And I could guarantee you there's a lot of investors and a lot of traders that some of them are just in the sidelines waiting to go ahead and wait for a correction in order for them to pump it, right? And they'll be able to pump this market a lot quicker. The sooner we get the correction, the sooner the dip comes in, the sooner the dip gets bought out, and the quicker, the market pumps. But then again, think about it. What did we have 2 weeks ago? We had about a 30 to 40% correction across the board on altcoins with the liquidity grab we had. So maybe that was a correction because the dip got bought out literally within seconds. So maybe that was a dip, keep that into consideration. Let's go ahead and see what Dabmaster provided us. Another play. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Goots. I think we were talking about Goots too, right? Yeah, this thing's getting ready to break out too. Hey, we see Goots break above this blue line. This thing's gonna make new all-time highs. So check out Goots, everybody, if you want to check it out. 23,000 market cap. You know, very low volume, but if this thing picks up, this thing could go back up. Let's look at the daily real quick, what the daily looks like. The daily actually doesn't look bad. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it would have looked worse. It's just like kind of like in this consolidating phase. Look at that. Just waiting for that breakout. Could be a nice little play right there on Goots. Goots and Goots. All right, chat. Well, I really enjoyed having my time here with all of you today. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as I always mention, make sure to go ahead and support the channel by using my MEXC link down below, and as well BingX, which we currently just partnered with. They're giving all the way up to $5,000 in sign-up bonuses. I would say create an account with BingX, just due to the fact that there's no KYC as well. And it's very quick to go ahead and create an account, 3 seconds as well. But one of the reasons why is because right now we're in the talks with BingX, and they're working out a deal for the community, right? So definitely go ahead and show some love, sign up. Obviously it benefits me more if you trade and you actually, you know, transfer money, but you know, it also helps benefit me as well if you just sign up. You know, if you sign up, it just shows that you're showing support and love, and you know, that's really what really matters. You know what I mean? And if you want to use TradingView, you can go ahead and click right here to get some premium. And what else can I show you guys today? KASTA. We're going to be talking about KASTA, sorry, not KASTA, KASTA as well. We're going to be talking about this alpha right here. Big things are coming up with this platform as well, which we partnered up with. So definitely just go ahead and use the links down below, man. I'm not going to sit here and show you all, but you know, that's one of the best ways to support me. VPN, a lot of you have been asking me for VPNs, and that's enough of the shilling that I have to do for all of you, right? Now the next shill is going to be my free Discord. This is my free Discord, right? So join the free Discord down below as well. And what else can I show you? Let me see, what else can I sell you, chat, today? See, is there anything up my sleeves that I could sell you? I'm just kidding. Follow me on Twitter, reach out to me on Twitter. ALTCOIN John. This is one of the best ways to go ahead and reach out to me. If you want to go ahead and talk to me, send me a DM, and I'll definitely go ahead and be reaching back out, or you know, join the Discord. That's where we're going to be mostly more active on there. Dabmaster says thanks. I appreciate you, Dabmaster. Appreciate you, Glenn, Tillery, Boss. You know, everybody that tuned in today onto the live stream, I really do appreciate all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Hopefully you guys enjoy the soundboard, right? I gotta play with this a little bit more. Look at the sounds I have. This is a what? What is this? Boom. That's like a boom. This is a sad face. And then this is a drum bass. Look at that. It's pretty cool, huh? I don't know if you guys can hear that pretty well, but it's pretty cool. I think it's a pretty cool soundboard. I gotta use it more. I gotta go ahead and use the use it and put more features into it. So any recommendations, go ahead and put them down below. But as always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Happy holidays. Thank you, Happy. I hope all of you enjoyed today's live stream. And yeah, happy holidays, happy New Year's if I don't see any of you. But I do think that overall, even though I guess you could say my perspective is a little negative in the market, I think it's not negative. I think I'm just being you know, a little bit more realistic, and I'm giving you both solutions, right? But overall, I'm here to tell you that there's not going to be a market collapse. I mean, there's going to be an economy collapse, but that's going to be really good for crypto, right? So I do expect that this is going to be very, very bullish for crypto overall. And you know, just buy the dips. Dollar cost average, I think, is going to be your best solution moving forward. For me to go ahead and get back into leverage trading, I'm either going to wait for this thing to go to extreme greed, where we can start shorting the top top of the market, or we start getting into extreme fear where I'm going to be buying the dips in the market with long positions, right? But right now I'm going to be kind of staying away from leverage trading until we see that correction happen and I can make my decision. But till then, I'm going to be literally just buying the dip on a lot of these tokens using my preferred platforms that I showed you, BingX and MEXC on spot. And then I'm going to go ahead and start gambling because it's not investing, gambling my money on Solana meme tokens, right? I think that's going to be the best bet moving forward as well. Goldie Crypto, thanks, John. Have a great weekend. I appreciate you a lot, Goldie. Glad to see you here today. Happy holidays to yourself. I hope you're having a good one. Had a great day today. I'm assuming it's a good night for you, right? So good night for you. So I was gonna show you something. Let's look at the rainbow chart real quick, right? Let's look at the rainbow chart, and we're gonna end the video there because I always say I'm gonna end the stream and I just keep on going around for freaking hours, dude. This is one thing I want to show you, right? So if you're still watching this, watch this really carefully. So we've been talking about this dump usually with the halvings, and we have one right here where after the halving it took off after a while, but the second halving, on the halving we kind of dumped. We saw a correction and then we saw a moon a couple months later, like literally from early July leading all the way up to December. Actually, the beginning of the year is when we pumped. Then we had the last third halving, which was back in 2020, where we had the halving around March, and then we had it just freaking pump like crazy all the way into March is where we found the top of the market, right? If you were to go ahead and say that, we found the top of the market then we tried having Bitcoin, retest the levels back at 68 and actually ended up dumping down even higher, right? So right now we're getting to these levels of where is Bitcoin heading towards, right? This is still an accumulation phase, but are we going to go ahead and have a dump leading onto the halving, or are we going to literally just take off leading with the halving? I mean, from previous years of the halving, we typically see either this top where it finds its top before it dumps, or it consolidates before having a massive run up, right? So I think we're gonna have a dump. I think the ETF might be a dump, and buy the rumor, sell the news. I could be wrong. And then we might have the halving also follow with a dump, because then it kind of makes sense, right? It makes sense. Like, would you be an institution buying at high levels? See, I wouldn't. I don't know. Anyways, enough said, or else I'm going to be here for another 4 hours trying to end the stream. I really hope all of you enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Happy holidays, happy New Year's, and I'll see you all tomorrow, hopefully, right?